Alright, well, welcome back to our Rogue Trader run. Been a little bit. I have been meaning to get back to this for a lot longer, but, oh, life happens. But, yeah, I think the last thing we did was we finished up, basically, like, the intro fight and everything, and now we are the Lord Captain. Hopefully Stone can join us, at least in VC. He is fighting off a migraine right now. I was hoping that he would be able to join us and like start the co-op with us, but that's fine. I mean, he's not feeling well, and I'm not going to push him about it. But yeah, let's talk to some people, see what's up. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Fellowship 40. What are the Vox Master's duties? I am the ears and the voice of this void ship. I, supervise several dozens officers and 3 times that number in support personnel. We receive, send, encrypt, and decode all incoming and outgoing messages throughout the ship. Ship's internal and external channels. We also ensure clean communications and the optimal efficiency of the crew's Voxcaster. If you want to know about the worries and concerns of your crew, what worries and concerns your crew are harboring, what your subjects are whispering about in local networks after their watches, and what their leaders are clamoring about over shortwave Vox transmissions, just come and see me. It will satisfy your curiosity. So, she's my little finger, basically. Have the Vox spirits brought you anything interesting lately? Forgive me, Lord Captain. I have no information that could be of interest to you at this moment. Yeah, let's try this roll. Hey, success! Obediently and presses several switches and devices as that she is holding. It is done, Lord Captain. Gain 44 XP. Nice. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet quarters of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. Right. Well, I live to serve, Lord Captain. Nice. So we had that conversation. Let's see. You're just a bridge officer. Ablor's over there. I think before we ended, where is she? Oh, there. Argento wanted to talk to us.
Rogue Trader.
Oh, it's voice acted! Thank God! I'll keep one last, because I do want to hear what else she has to say.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about? It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words. More often than not with a bolter.
Oh, goody! Do love a good bolter, everyone. Oh. Are the sisters truly as faultless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me.
You love a good story about depravity, though.
Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness.
Yeah, just lore-wise, Sister Repentias are, like, really fucking cool. Well, I think she's gonna say it. They have basically, like, great sword chains, swords, and they just run into battle with no armor. It's freaking awesome.
Wearing nothing but robes, no armor,
Eviscerators, that's what they're
eviscerator
called.
in hand. Those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
That is a heck of a word right there, purgation. Anyways, sorry about that. Had to do things. What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady,
Oh, okay.
assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate.
I don't know which one our martyred lady is. I think our martyred lady, is that the one that is a follower of the sister that got, like, kidnapped or taken hostage by heretics and then tortured? Is that the one? Or can't remember which one's our martyred lady.
And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
I'm gonna look it up, because it's gonna bother me. Our murdered lady sister. Sister to battle our martyred lady. Which one is our martyred? Oh, St. Catherine. Oh, okay. Yeah. Found an order of St. Catherine by the Ecclesiarchy. Split between Terra. Ruthless pursuit of those who defied the Emperor by doing harm to his Imperium and its citizens. Xenos, all that. Okay, what is this one based off of? Fellow Adeptus Sword, this... Sorry, I'm super sorry. I'm just, like, trying to remember the lore about our martyred ladies. Oh. Okay, she wasn't the one that... Which one's the one that, they said that she broke, but she didn't break? I forget.
Don't
have to look
let
that
the
up.
name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless.
Those are two words I would never use to describe a sister in battle. Timid and helpless.
Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge.
You know, I respect it. As a commissar, I respect it.
And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
I have a point. You said you belong to the Calaxian branch of your order. What brought you to the Coronis Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parson Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Are there any other members of the Adeptus Sororitas in the Coronis Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
Sure, only joint prayer and training. I see you.
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
Tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
Hey, I'm sorry, I just had to get to know you. I thought you were cool.
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
By the way, I have 98 in persuasion. It's been great for skill checks. Oh, I bet. Like, I mean, it makes sense. I'm actually curious how a lot of the fights would go, or a lot of the, like, possible fights would go with, like, really high persuasion. Because I don't think I'm going to be very persuasive. I'm a commissar. I don't persuade. I shoot people with bolters. What happened to the people that wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
I think with the rolling system in this game, as long as you're doing something you're good at, but I will say now, being a noble is not my place. Yeah, I kind of figured you wouldn't like noble stone, to be honest. Noble is a lot more like buffs, and a lot more reliant on other people. So I didn't expect you to like it. You mentioned making a mistake. I don't know if I want to piss her off by asking her what her mistake is. I feel like that's gonna get a chain sword against my throat if I ask that. I'll ask it anyways.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
You know, that's a very sister way of saying that. Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
I mean, yeah. We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
It is even buffs, it's just telling people what to do, and if you want to do it right, then you have to have a specific order of orders. Yeah. Well, also, like, I don't know. Noble would be interesting, but I would have to play it in a certain way. Like, I would have to co-op it, like with the full part. Because then it's just, I don't know. Because then I would also have to think about, like, what class would bounce well with it, and I don't know. I like Commissar. I really like Commissar. Probably the next time I play, I'll probably do a Astra Militarum run, and then maybe Psyker, but my combat skills are shit, and I just let my Psyker people do all the damage. Yeah. What was it like traveling on Theodora's ship? My tech priest, he's OP. Oh, you get a tech priest? Ah, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, tech priests are pretty fucking baller. Just in lore, so I'm expecting them to be good in the game.
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me.
That's how you say it.
He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship.
I mean, a pretty lady with a giant gun? Yeah, I'd be asking about her too.
But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
He does more than melee and ballistic. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Tech Priest in this game is very much one of two ways. Either it's extremely good at, like, the skill monkey, or extremely good in, like, you know, melee and all that stuff, just because in lore, like, the weapons they have, how much they're augmented. They're basically like sentient servitors in a lot of ways. That's heresy for me to say, but I don't care. Because, like, yeah, no, they're just baller. Plus they're tanky. I have no more questions.
As you wish.
Said you have a personal request for. Oh well, he's also already over 100 tech use as well, and he can hack everything 100%. Yeah, I mean that's probably the major draw of having him, because he's a tech priest. Of course, he's going to be like the best at hacking. I mean, he is the meme of like the guy that has the augments from whatever anime where his hands turn into like 6 hands and he just types away. He's basically that meme. You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
Oh, you don't? This isn't voice act? Alright. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the prodigy of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are in the cases like this in the Von territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls would be expected to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans. I've never felt like my team was more useless than when he showed up. I don't even really use anyone else since he can solo just about anyone so far. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you're just getting really good rolls too or something. I don't know. Needed. These are children, the people who gave their lives to Von, the dynasty. My considerations, the least they deserve. Yeah. I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. Also, it kind of makes sense in lore because tech priests are OP compared to normal people. Let's not talk about that. Alright. I like the two kids clapping. Good. Good addition. The motley crew of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Uh-oh, that's not good. Just wait, you'll meet them soon enough and it'll make you wonder why you even have a team. Hopefully by the time I meet them I'll have you on my team, so at least I'll have one other person. I'm not even going to attempt that word. Sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Ablord glances at the gathering children. There's hardly the Scala Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instructions. Brave ones, the master of the ship appears before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of the house. Do I want to give a rousing speech, or do I just want to smile? We can try tomorrow if you aren't too busy, or if we don't find anything to play with the boys. I'll probably be pretty busy tomorrow. Because I do plan on playing Baldur's Gate plus homework. So, yeah. The teenagers hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few at the far end of the row seem solid and not particularly impressed by your speech. Disgusting? Yeah, no. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy, a flurry of emotions flash in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring back our parents. Won't change our fates either. We'll just keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. Not even plan our evil campaign. For shame, I will smack you stone. Do not be doing that to me. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is in your power. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. Ooh, I like that one. That does feel... I'm telling John, you bitch. That one's a little chaosy. That third one? Oh, that's not good. There's like crying in the background. That could lead to some chaos. Full chaos? No. No, I am a commissar, sir. This is not the chaos run. They died for the glory of the Imperium. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. Heretic has been a great run so far. No one seems upset about it yet. Have you met Argenta? I'm surprised she hasn't left or killed you yet. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck. I don't know about that one. Ablor gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valesius emblazed on the wrapper. It appears that he came prepared for any contingency. Throwing treats at kids. Yeah, here, don't worry, your parents died. Woo! Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. Can I just send them to the Skullus, Virginia? I mean, I went there. I turned out okay. Granted, most of them will die, but, you know, they won't end up in the walls. But I also play a two-faced character, so I butter everyone I talk to up until it makes me choose between them. Yeah, no, that seems like a you character, Stone. Not gonna lie. Alright. It's very Darius of you, even. Where's the sister? Oh, there's the sister. Is there anybody else that I want to talk to here? There's the helmsman. You know, out of curiosity, well, Darius is the character I made. Yeah, no, I kind of figured that one. As soon as you said Two-Face, I'm like, yep, nope. I wish to bolster my retinue with skilled fighters. Oh, okay, so this is how you make... Okay, so this is how you make custom characters for other people. Gotcha. Convictions. Well, I know which one you want me to pick for you. Okay, well... Do I want to make this guy now or later? I also do high speech characters on my first run. Just wish I went with a different class. Yeah. Go back. Yeah. Okay. So that's how I will eventually make your character. Anybody else to talk to around here? Servitor. I don't want to talk to servitors. Hey, Idara. About your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
You're a psyker. Psykers only granted the right to live by the Emperor's blessing. You ever been to Terra?
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Where do you come from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region.
Oh, that's a
In
good
the
name
Coronis
for
of
stars.
Space, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Tell me about Laria?
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
No, I want to know what those people turned into.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
Oh! Okay. So you melted everybody in the bay next to you, but you don't think you need to go to Terra. Okay. What'd you do before coming to the ship?
I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
Oh, so their head went boom boom. How'd you end up in the Rogue Trader service?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
Have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can, after some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course, Lord Captain.
What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me. But it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
No, that's fair.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
How do you live with this whispering in your head?
Training, habit, and a little Amisec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
What would happen if your door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
You afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
Oh, she's not wrong. Can you see my future?
Alright. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more.
Gonna look for a bit.
Prick up my
Okay.
ears and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Sure.
Alright. Let's hear what they're whispering about you. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. The chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord?
I like that one.
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
I just realized I was muted. In dialogue. Alright. I really like her as a character. She's interesting. Alright. Bridge. That's the guy. It's your lordship. Alright. Ablor, talk to me, buddy.
Lord Captain.
Let's talk about something that useful as me as the rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Outline the situation in the Coronis Expanse for me. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason.
That was loud. I apologize.
Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse. And in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
Who is the main player? Who are the main players I need to be aware of in the Coronis Expanse?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Gunrad, our previous Master of Whispers, what can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he'll do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight.
Agreed.
We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valacius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
That is all for now.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
I'd like to know more about my seneschal. Seneschal? Yeah.
As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
Tell me more about yourself. What were you before you became Theodora's seneschal?
I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No, used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an officer of the Imperium.
Oh, so he's an officer, man.
I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me. But I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the Expanse.
Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post?
You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. Well, the Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue.
So it was an offer you couldn't refuse.
The Navis Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing, or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank.
The way you talk about Theodora, I'm beginning to think you were in love with her.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless.
Utterly baseless. Utterly. You were in love with her, Romy. It's fine. You have any family?
I am a widower. I am a father of 4. And if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11.
Damn, son!
My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship. And I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
I respect that. I respect it. Let your kids do it, do what they want. Then again, it's Imperium, so Not very many choices, but still.
Of course.
You can call me by my first name if you wish.
I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates.
I respect it. I must take my leave. Until next time, Seneschal.
Lord Captain.
Let's see what that's on this. The events of take place in a vast region of space known as the Cronus Expanse. This sector encompasses Nubis. Yeah. Each star system. Okay. Okay, so we're here. What is this? Okay. Machine Spirit Keeper. That's the guide. I want to go see what this ship is. What have we here, Lord Captain? It's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up and they're on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We're registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there's an incoming transmission now, too. Hear us? Do not require assistance. Pete. Do not require assistance. Copy. Keep following. Will pass us by, won't they? Roar protects. Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there's an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Ricard Filia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put fine point on it, has not been offered to them. Can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves, I repeat, identify yourself. Do not tell him. We are done for. That's not a good way to start off. This is Thunderfang. We are a merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. Merchant vessel, of course they are. Damn my stupid head, where did I hear that name before? Thunderfang. Damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by guns on a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to lip away. Thunderfang, why can you not identify yourself? Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damaged is preventing the correct identification, we assure you. Merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? Box responds by bursts in a cacophony of sound, words, and emotions. Someone's chuckling bitterly. Another swears with some foul expletives. Yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You managed to make out little from this noise. We were just flying mind our own business, straight out of the blue, and opened fire. Miracle we got away, Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We need to get... we never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done? Idiot. It's too late now. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We do not come here to loot on a different business, to help our out of jail. Do not hurt Lees. We already have our Chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you're unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Cronus Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I'd make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you, although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remain a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find deal with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Oh, I have a profit margin of... Okay, so how does this work exactly? So can I just... Oh, because I have... Oh, okay. So since I have a 10, I can get these? Oh, I can, and it doesn't affect me. Nice. Take that axe. I'm sorry, he has a great sword. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Reputation. I don't need all those swords. Don't need those auto. I want to keep the shotgun. Auto pistol. Always add. Okay, so I have... Okay. That's how that works. Okay, so we now know that they are those guys. Can I give the sister... I kind of want to give the sister a flamer. Yeah, I think I'm going to give the sister a flamer. That... the wearer's ranged attack increases their target's dodge, does not stack. Give you that. Gloves of endurance. Okay. What is your intelligence at? I'll give you this too. Yeah. Then I'll have the shotgun. Because I can't use... Wait, can I use the bolter? Yeah, I have to have proficiency. Yeah, I'll roll with her with the flamer. Kind of want to check out this place. Visit the prison place. Okay, so I need to go. Yep, everybody come with. Hopefully, the flamer's as good as I hope it is.
What do we have here?
Affirmative, escort. Everything is common on my end. Beccari out. The young woman stares at you, adjusting her outfit nervously. Your lordship. 1,000 pardons if I addressed you improperly. Have you come on behalf of Governor Medin? Or are you here on other business? If it's the latter, you ought to know there's a riot at a local prison. It's quite dangerous here. What happened here? There's been a prison riot on the planet, Planetold. Sadly, it's been led by the prisoner's warden himself, the Honorable Agathon Castigilli. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Riken be an independent of the authority of the system of the lawful governor. It came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Winterscale, a son of Caligus Winterscale, rogue trader. Vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumph over the enemies of humanity, blah 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 blah. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak with the warden personally. The Honorable Lord means to put an end to this lawless treason. He and his escort left to meet with the insurgents, while I was ordered to wait for their return. Evian. Ablord mutters, stroking his beard. One of the distant younger offspring. Yes, that's much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. The warden himself is spearheading the riot? Yes, she bites her lip. No one expected this. Lord Castigilli is a nobleman from a respected governor house and a vassal of the two-house Winterscale. Good lord, that's a lot of reading. All of a sudden, he proclaimed that Rykid was now his personal domain, and that the prisoners were his subjects, and that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. I take it that you're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of madman would start a revolt on a barren rock? Why would young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? She sighs quietly. It's a personal matter. Master Castigil, the seditious warden, is Lord Ayen's childhood friend. My lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses. The first Winterscale in my memory who preferred to talk first rather than shoot and slash. She smiled slightly. You're quite right. The young lord is not his father's shadow. He is determined to save his friend. He will try to do so no matter what obstacle gets in his way. Is there anything else I need to be apprised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given that this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your lordship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels could not get to the shuttles. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourself, pilot. The woman freezes for a moment before asking hesitantly, Your lordship, if I may have a minute of your time, I wouldn't ever have dared to trouble you with this personal matter, but the situation. In any case, have you been to the capital of Riken, Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jasper. I have not been to the Minoris and know nothing of this officer's fate. Shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your lordship. I don't dare delay you any further. Good luck to your lordship, and I will contact Lord Evian's party over Vox and inform them that of your coming. Now, what is the button?
I better myself through my service.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
To the barracks.
Cast your eye there.
Idira, is there something you wish to tell me about? Namely, the mess in the wardroom last week.
Ugh, stop blaming me every time one of the officers flies off the handle, old man. Not every brawl or disaster on this ship is because of me.
Hey, whoa.
My faith shields me.
Jesus Christ, that made me jump. Woo! Hey. Alright. Well, there apparently was a bomb there. Right.
Is there money to be made?
Scraps of typical prison food, repulsive to the senses. There we go. Now that's the prison. Best of Us, faded, the name earlier.
Keep your wits about you. You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Give me strength.
I know what
Alright.
is to come.
Let's do this.
On it.
Forewarn you. Analyze enemy
But of
there.
course.
It's there. Your turn. Oh no, I can't.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed.
Nice. Fortify. Or endure. Oh! He's a grenade boy. Wonderful. Ow! Jackass! It's just kicked me.
Just a minor setback.
Jesus. Alright. You... Okay, what does this do? Spray. All creatures within this effective 12 radius. Stream. I'll just do...
As the Emperor commands, I act.
The fuck was that attack? Okay. Oh, you got rid of my turn, you jackass.
I've suffered worse.
Alright, do you forewarn?
Will
You
do.
and expose weakness.
Was it you? Or
It's that turn.
I will do my duty.
Hit him.
I took care of this one.
Him, and then...
At your beck and call.
There. Gotcha. I have no healing. Nice. Damn it. Okay. Let's put you here.
Rejoice in battle.
Hopefully this doesn't burn me.
I'll do it.
Wow. Oh, he's nimble. That's probably why. Alright. Turn. Now let's just set me up here. And it's nice. Alright. And then
Who, if not
that.
me?
Stop kicking me! Ooh, okay.
Faced worse than this.
Things are getting spicy. Let's see. No, he has 4. Just do
Will do.
that. Continuously get those debuffs going.
But of course.
And forewarn
On it.
you. So everybody has forewarn on them. Gotcha.
Indeed.
Got how the melee system works in this game, or how the action economy works. Alright. There.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Jesus Christ.
Another enemy down. I refuse. I'll see to it personally.
Stop kicking me.
My ears are ringing.
Cover me. Very well.
Alright.
One fewer task.
Alright. Jesus criminy.
It will be done.
And she's down. Alright. So let's come over here. 28% chance to hit.
I'll make it happen.
Yep. That's what I
I'll
got.
see to it personally.
High momentum.
Will do.
Okay. I didn't do that. Right.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Can I...
I will do my duty. Reduced to dust.
There it goes.
At your beck and call.
Your end was inevitable.
There we go. That could have gone better. Let's see.
The Emperor sets my path.
Use that on
Administration is a holy
yourself.
task.
Did I fail? Oh, okay. I failed that roll. Yeah. Okay.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
Let's see. Whip 1. Whip that. Oh, okay. So I need field medic. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the flamer. You know what? I'll just have her use both. I'll have her use the bolter and the flamer. So everybody group up. What's the button? Is it Alt? No. Saw chainmail. I think I might want to give that to. Yeah. Yeah, since he'll be in the combat. His ballistic skill is only a 3. And again, my ballistic skill is only a 30. And I'll put on the mesh one. Looted that guy. There's a bunch of stuff here. What's all this? Eat. It's not take for the fall. Or some everything. Okay.
Abelard, I've been meaning to ask. How are you keeping it together so well? Don't you ever feel awful without her?
Enough, Tlas. We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that. If you keep your mind busy, you will have less opportunity to fill it with awful things.
And speaks the truth. Let's see. Let's do tech use.
Over.
Okay, nice. Oh, well.
I always keep my options open.
Did not notice the pile of bodies over here. Yeah, no, that's a big pile of bodies. Visited by a number of horde morsels, dozens of victims were slain here. Oh, goody. Tech use.
That wasn't
Let
so
us not
difficult.
Nice. My brethren, the dawn is nigh. The will guide us to the new existence. Yes, yes, dear brethren, have a taste of my steel. Oh, how I've longed for this, my dear brethren. Thank the throne, normal-looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is a welcome change. Talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. 1 second. Answering a message. Sorry about that. Here's the deal. We'll be honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot, but we're sitting here not waiting for an sitting here wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities, so we had to, you know, play along. That's all it was, play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medine, nor to the lawful authority of of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? I just want to wait until everything blows over. We can go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic. How novel. Came across a void ship in the system belonging to your associates. They told me of interest things about your planned escape. Well, now that's out of the bag. Our fellows were supposed to come and get us a long time ago, but they got tied up somewhere. Void Kraken's gullet with them. And in this time, we had to wait. This happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the synth wool over your eyes, but it's just that we want nothing to do with this whole warden nonsense. So what now? Will you let us go? Sure, sure, no problem. Today you'll tell us a little lie. Tomorrow you'll stick a torpedo on our side from that ship of yours. It doesn't fall apart for the moment our helmsman sneezes in this general direction. I spare you, what do I have to gain from it? Now how can a lowly jailbird hope to thank your noble self? I have an inkling, you see. Us here were, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rikard Minoris, debtors, gutter snipes, but they're no one serious. Now, we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. Fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you where on Footfall Station, no Footfall, the only shipyard in the best market in all of the Coronis Expanse. Yes, so where on Footfall you can find some very serious business-minded people. And how you can get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special items. Kind of very serious people. The most serious, your nobleness. Have you ever heard of the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There's no leader, of course, but there's some terrible, serious captains that decided to that cutting each other's throat over loot was, what do you call it, counterproductive. But cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive. And well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils. So they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your your nobleness, have happened to know someone who handles such kinds of dealings about half of those very serious people. Very well, I shall spare you. Oh, that's so great to hear, your nobleness. Just great. Now that the true, aristocrat? Not the warden creep. Now, your nobleness, where was I? You ever in Footfall? Okay, so he's just telling us about where to go. I shall not leave you here to die of the warden's henchmen. Go tell my pilot that the Lord's captain ordered for you to send to my ship. Join my ship's crew. You have my personal pardon as a rogue trader. Okay, so I made them part of my crew. Nice. All they had was auto pistols. What is the button? Oh, it's tab.
Rise to the top,
Okay.
or get left in the dust.
Hey, good. Faux hammer. And saturated cape. Oh, hey. Use that. I think I might put faux hammer on me. Then for now, I think I'll just use. Give him that. Body glove, and she is wearing... Right. Oh, hey.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Lord von Velasius, my greetings. May the light of eternal Terra shine forevermore. Winterscale, younger son of Caligus Winterscale, at your service. Greet him with decorum. Lord Jake von Velasius, I am pleased to meet your acquaintance. As am I. Please accept my apologies for the slight breach of etiquette. Here and now is neither the best place nor time for protracted ceremony. Do not wish to inquire. I do not wish to inquire why I now stand the head of my house and not Theodora. That's for a later time. Let us discuss this matter. Indeed, it is a personal matter. If you will, it's not simply because the incident occurred in a system that belongs to my father, the prisoner's warden, and he used to be a close friend of mine once. I want to give him a chance to come to his senses, lay his weapons down, and stop this senseless uprising. The warden is clearly out of sound mind. At one point, he was trying to manage the inmates by offering incentives of even days of rest. What utter madness. Incentives and leisure, you say? That sounds like the Anne I know. For as long as I know him, he has always been a thinker, a dreamer even. He even dug up some ancient books. That's probably where he went heretical. Studying social models and theories. He was obsessed with ideals. There are even priests within the ecclesiarchy who would call it heresy to view the society of the Imperium anything but perfect. However, I believe that Anne only wanted what he thought was best. I only wish I knew where the road had taken him. Yeah, I know a few dreamers like that myself. They always wanted the best, but somehow always ended up in heresy. Back in my world, there was a big shot who was really into dental hygiene. Spare some people from pain. He started pulling all their rotten teeth, but he got slightly carried away and started pulling healthy ones too, sometimes along with the jaw. Parentative care, he called it. So a mob of toothless servants ended up tearing his kindly head clean off. It was parentative too, you see. That little noggin of his was rotten through and through. Rebelling against the lawful authorities is heresy. Extending clemency to a heretic, are you in your right mind? He lowers his head stubbornly. He's my friend and my father's vassal. I do not deny his guilt, but I intend to give him the chance to atone for it. Very well, in that case I shall accompany. I must admit, I do appreciate your company. This prison has given me a strong sense of unease, but the lift cannot support both our parties. If you are going ahead, wait for us in the quarry. We will follow shortly. Okay. Appears a man walking towards you. His every gesture is very demeanor. Okay, so he looks very noble-ish, except he's kind of gone crazy. Who are you? I was expecting my friend Ivan, not an intrusion. Then your wait is over, Anne. Takes a step forward. However, I do not come alone. I am accompanied by the Honorable Lord von Velasius. The man shoots you a piercing glare. I should have guessed it would be you. What do you want, enemy of Aurora? Is Richter suddenly drowned out by the choir of voices in your head? The entity is still dwelling in the recesses of your mind, rejoices in the cacophony of cries. Its place. It holds great significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out the words that speak of an ancient grave. One that was open, for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that would be retrieved by the fateful after centuries-long search. What madness have you wrought in this prison? Do you truly want to know? He became more animated and runs a hand through his matted hair. You know it has been some time since he had last trimmed his nails. This was my I know what the word garden usually is implying. Ah, Nurgle. Where I tried to grow the seedlings of a beautiful future. That was before I realized there is no future, not in the sense ordinary people understand. We are too attached to life, to the limitations of our weak bodies, to the short-sightedness of our eyes that can scarcely see. It is all so insignificant. The true future lies beyond real space, and the only way to reach it is through a cleansing sacrifice. Do you understand? That's going to be a no for me, homie. And this isn't you. Do not know how it has come to this, but please let me quiet, Evie. I promise I'll talk to you later when we are alone. I cannot say I am eager to spend time alone with you, not after everything I've witnessed in Rikard, Philia, and what I've witnessed right now. You know, we had this guy once. He was a quiet one. One day he walked into a middle deck bar, threw one back, and pulled out a gun and started shooting people left and right without saying a word. Then he shoved the barrel in his mouth and blew his brains out. Our warden here is exactly the same looking as I right now. Who is Aurora? Oh, so you managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's design without even knowing who she is. But it is too late now. You will not attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. He suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like it when people take the prophetess's Aurora's name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of the truth. Wait! The time for words has passed. Optimates, give your power to the harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in blood.
I'll make an example out of you.
Oh, please, you try.
Let's see. I want you up here. I also want you up here. You, I went in cover, and you right there.
Pain and duty
Jesus!
hand in hand.
That long last is some serious business. Alright. Let's go for... Well, first and foremost,
I'll make it happen.
at all costs.
It's as good as done.
Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so now he's marked. Endure. Alright. Argenta. Okay, grants momentum. This ability grants additional enemies either in a 5. Oh, okay, so I have to be closer for that. Yeah, no. Burst fire. Nice, 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 girl. Alright. Now, I want you first forewarn.
Anything else?
You're shitting me. She fucking periled? Are you serious? What was her chances? She had nothing. Okay. That's not the best. That's really not the best. Okay, well...
But of course.
Psychers, man, psychers.
On it.
My first peril I got with her was a damn demon that had 125 health. Jesus. How high was your bar? Alright, I guess that's my turn.
You want some more?
Okay. Not even halfway. Wow. Perils, man, perils. Alright. Let's see. Yep, we're going straight into the combat. And he parried. Shit. It wiped my party and most of the enemies I was fighting. Yeah.
Victory is imminent.
Okay. That's okay. Oh, thank God. God damn.
Can I fall back now?
These long lasses, man. Let's see. Hit. It's a 25%. That's a 20% hit chance. Let's do this. Gotcha. I'll stay where I am.
I've suffered worse.
Nice, good kill. All right. You. Here.
Was that you? Or anything else?
All right. Yeah, she has no veil. I don't know. Well, let's try it again. Herald again. With a almost a 0% chance, she peril. I want to see these rolls. Is there any way that I can see these rolls? Two perils in a row. Good job.
Brace yourself, Avalon.
Okay, let's see. First of all,
At your
endure.
beck and call. Indeed. I will do my duty.
Right. Brace for impact. Hey, hit your own friend. Good job.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Oh shit, she is.
I've suffered worse.
She is in a bad way. Okay.
Don't let your guard down. I'll see to it personally. You never stood a chance.
Psychers, man, psychers.
Will do.
Weaken him.
Anything else?
I'm just not going to use any more psychic abilities. I don't want to take that chance. Let's move you over here. Yeah.
At your
Sir.
Victory is imminent.
What? Ah! I did not know that was a thing.
I'm not interested. Time to redouble our efforts.
Traumas. Oh, great. She has a trauma.
Mere pain won't stop me.
Is there any way that I can pick her up? No. Okay, well, I'm down my sister a battle because... okay, I didn't know that that Idari was going to do that 2 times.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Anybody that I can shoot.
Who, if not me?
Just continuously build that debuff.
Will do.
You know, at this point, go for it, girl. Yeah. There's nobody around you to for you to peril on, so.
It will be done.
Yeah. Okay, so I just have to go there. Oh, great, he's climbing. This'll end well.
My ears are ringing.
Stop mocking me.
Can I switch to shotgun? Shoot this?
It's as good as done.
Okay.
Anything else? Was that you? Or will do?
Alright, and I cannot move. Woo!
Death to the heretics!
Yeah, that's what I expected. Okay, so he's back over here now. Alright,
I will
charge
do my
him.
It will be done.
Okay, that's fine. Jesus! Some consistent hits. Let's see. I just hit it with, say... do I have to shoot it? I have to shoot it.
Shoot worse, but not by much.
And that is...
I won't stand for it.
Keep those debuffs on them.
On it. There is movement in the Empyrean.
Alright.
At your beck and call.
He parried.
Temporary setback.
Christ, that's just eating health.
The whispers call to me.
Let's see.
On it.
How does that...
I'll make it happen.
I don't understand why that's not... I'm not fully grasping why that's not attacking.
Anything else? Will do.
Abelard. Indeed. No matter the cost. It will be done. I will do my duty.
Alright.
I've suffered worse.
Well,
Whispers getting.
and she's down.
Don't you dare leave us now!
Great, great, great. Let's see.
Who if not me? I'll see to it personally.
Right.
Not dead yet.
Jesus
Hold on.
Christ.
Stay with us. Another enemy down.
Alright. Well, this fight could have gone a lot better.
On it. I'll see to it personally.
All these dodges.
I'm still standing. Just barely.
Alright. Got him. Alright. Yeah, no. That was going to be a TPK. Okay. Well, that was my first reload. That combat could have gone better. Probably would have done a lot better if I didn't peril 2 goddamn times in a row and go prone with my biggest damage dealer. Okay. Well, we already know all this. How do you know me? Yada yada yada. What madness have you wrought? The pit. Who is that? Okay.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Alright.
You will fall.
Okay, you there. You... there. I'm just not going to use any more warpiness. There, and then you...
But of course. Was that you? Or...
I'm not... no. I'm not taking any chances right now. Wow. You just got the crap shot out of you, buddy, by your own guy. Let's see. Yeah, let's get all up in that business.
As good as done. Who if not me? I'll see to it personally.
Yeah. Kick his ass.
It will be done.
Gotcha. He's teleporting over here. Ow! Ow. Hurt. Let's do...
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
178.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Damn it. Okay. Nice. Not so nice.
Nothing.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Alright. Let's do
Anything else?
that. More debuffs on him. And since nobody is around her,
Will do.
Hopefully she doesn't fucking... Of course, she doesn't peril now.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Just a minor setback.
I'll see to you never stood a chance. Who if not me?
Hey, charge. I cannot. Let's go cleave.
Indeed. One fewer target. At your back and forth. I will do my duty. Brace
fine.
yourself, Abelard.
Can I shoot? Could possibly shoot that guy. Yeah, try it. Of course.
I'll do it.
Gun. Run over here. And then... Let's see.
This is unacceptable.
Try that guy. Damn it. That was bound to happen. Did he even shoot? What was that? Stir. Just start hitting this. And forewarn.
On it.
Then let's just keep debuffing him. And you.
Anything else?
I'll brush this off.
Ow! Yes, he did a good bit of damage.
It's as good as your end was inevitable.
Yeah. You die. Actually, Ablor.
My place is at the fore.
Yep. Okay.
Victory is imminent.
Pick you up.
Indeed.
I miscalculated. Let's just do you, that,
Will do.
that, and just smack.
Anything else?
Hey, he actually fucking hit.
I've suffered worse.
do this. Just to give myself a little bit extra. Okay, what does swing do? Oh, okay. Then sweep. Actually, I want to bleed him. Yeah, there we go. He's starting to bleed now. Then
A tactically sound approach. It will be done. Reduce the dust.
thank you. Sweet baby Jesus. He's finally fucking dead.
At your beck and call.
Charge.
My ears are ringing.
Doubt is for the weak.
She didn't hit. She hit once.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
Just break this thing, please.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay.
I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will.
Alright, well. I put a big hurting on that, so... hopefully I can break one. Let's see. Gotta love the warp fuckery going on.
Will do.
Insects begin crawling under your skin. That's not good.
I faced worse than this. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Right?
It
First of
will
all,
be
that. Second of all, swing
Victory
away,
is
boyo.
It will be done.
Yep. Get some distance.
I should have foretold that.
Well, Ablor, buddy, you, got schwacked.
Doubt is for the weak.
There it goes. Okay, that's one down.
On it.
Okay, so I think he still has the bleeding deep. Yeah, he's still bleeding. That's good.
Will do.
Alright. Homie, you have got to get a bet. You just come on now.
Who, if not me? It's as good as done.
Alright.
Just need to tough it out.
So I broke that one.
worthless.
Damn it. That's fun. Should be able to break hers, I think, next round. Because I can't use warp magic on.
Anything else?
It's 4. Okay, and then he's just going to teleport, yeah, back.
On it.
Yep. Okay.
I'll see to it
That's...
personally. I'll make it happen.
Yeah, kill his retinue. Don't really care at this point. Because the only real enemies that are left, yeah, is the guard up here. I get vision of him.
Guided by faith.
Just run up here.
I'll do it.
Yeah, okay.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Gotcha. Now this should destroy...
Will do.
I should be able to destroy
Was
it on this
you?
turn.
Or... But of course.
I guess not. Sweet. Dope. Awesome.
My martyrdom is honor.
Another voice to join my choir?
I was not expecting her to die, to be honest.
You never stood a
There we go.
chance.
Now I just have to... Wow, okay.
Will do.
Just destroy that. Okay.
On it.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. On it. Another enemy down.
Everything here must be... purchase the body of his friend. Oh, is he dead, finally? Good God, that fight went terrible. Okay. Curious indeed. What exactly was he doing here? I do not know, nor do I want to know. These ravaged people, these strange glass, all this talk of Aurora, these There's an abundant, clear sign of lunacy and heresy. I wish I could understand how a man I knew came to be this way, but one should not peer into the abyss. Got that right. That abyss happily swallows up wretched commoners and polished aristocrats alike, but it likes naive idealists the best. I invite you aboard my ship. I would like to continue our acquaintance. I thank you for the invitation and accept it gladly. I will arrive by my shuttle in a little while. If you'll excuse me, I would like to be alone for the time being. Okay, that could have gone a lot better. Your eyes draw to the shard of enormous lens scattered around the broken device. At first you are uncertain of what the trouble you are, but suddenly the realization hits you. It's the same that was found on the desk near Theodora's remains. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you so interested? By the Imperial Saints, it can't be. I see it too. Whatever that thing is in her study, whatever that thing in her study was, it was made of the same material as this junk. What? What? It's a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and can even defend herself. First, those minions of the arch enemy murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now this cannot be tolerated. Not be tolerated. Come on now, Ablard. Remember what she was like. Brazen, assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone headfirst into a black hole if she thought it would put her even one step ahead of everybody else out in the expanse. We could just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why she went to get it during the attack. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood. Do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. The sister's words ring with a genuine, sincere hope that you bless with a worthier fate. She does not appear to be shocked by the news of Theodora's possible heresy. Life must be easy for your sanctimonious preachers. A dubious trinket, and you no longer see a person. You see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. Recoils, but the next moment her dark eyes ignite with fury. How dare you admonish me? We are speaking abetting the archenemy. A person who has tainted themselves can never justify their actions. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make sense of anything? You can just label them as heretics and call it a day. Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side for even a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullied her memory. You weren't surprised or upset, you just gave up on her and moved on. Genta is right. The danger of heresy cannot be overstated. Eudora is right. It is too soon to cast accusations of heresy. Sister Argenta, you will cease these insinuations about Theodora at once. I will not allow the name of von Valacius family to be defamed by such words. Witch, you are walking on a fighting line between outright heresy and the barrel of a bolter. Shut your mouth before I shut it for you. Say nothing. It is too soon to think this is all heresy. Because there is a possibility that this was planted. Don't be naive. Theodora kept an unsanctioned witch by her side like a pet. Do you really believe she would think twice about crossing the line in other ways? Walk away from the device. Alright.
I will lead us to fortune.
Okay. Choose an ability. The warrior's next melee attack armor penetration and damage, and ignores wisdom or weapon skill bonus of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged attacks. So it's kind of like warrior marks a target. Damage on melee against that target. If the target attacks the warrior during this round, gains 1 AP once per round. I do like that. Yeah. Because I feel like I'm much more going the way of like single target melee. Yeah. And then let's see. I already have a 55 in that. Yeah, I'll do athletic. I want taunting scream. And I want you, carouse. Let's do Hide of Excellence. Whenever the operator triggers an exploit, operator gains +1 damage and +2 armor pen. I don't really do damage with her. Or I don't really attack with her. Exposed weaknesses also reduces toughness and willpower by 3 times int bonus for 1 round. That could be good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Up her intelligence. I kind of want her to be perceptive. Ballistic skills. Then soldier immediately dashes into selected, spending all their movement does not provoke a soldier to dash to ally. I like rapid fire. But I do like concentrated fire too. Yeah, I'll do concentrated. Alright.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay.
A premonition runs true.
Poison gas. Dude.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
The whispers told me how.
Jeez Louise. Alright. Go to the warden's office. Time to get out of here. Oh, never mind. I almost passed up some,
Over.
Some loot. Ooh, that's good. Good I went this way. Or, I'm good I went this way? I'm happy I went this way. I'm not gonna touch that. I don't want to touch anything heresy. I'm good. Gotta go touch that body, though. Go look at that body. I'll take that. I open this door. Cannot.
I always have a backup plan.
Your lordship, the rebellion has been crushed. I have news of your lord. Is he alive? Is he alright? He's safe and in one piece. I will receive him as a guest on my ship, so ready the shuttle. Consider it done, your lordship. Thank you for the good news. I have no more questions.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Actually, nope. Okay. No more goods. Okay, now we can leave. Oh. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I've received several messages from different decks, complaining about anomalous behavior in the ships, cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech, liniment or ritual of pacification can rid them of the obstinates. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors are making errors in their tasks, disobeying orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freezing as if in a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitators' calculations or some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folks have grown used to it all, so our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nonetheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more dangerous. The High Factorum Janris Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. Okay, back to the bridge. So, who is this guy I'm supposed to be talking to? Oh. I completely forgot the name of this guy that I'm supposed to be talking to.
Lord Captain.
I must take my leave.
Lord Captain.
Where's this guy that I need to talk to? Oh. You would? Problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocol, interrupt their task, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deem it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. I wish to take a look at these servitors before I decide their fate. As you wish, your lordship. Ooh, okay. This is giving me some like Wrath of the Righteous / Kingmaker vibes. Okay. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold at the bay, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. Technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons. Then the servitors went still, just as abruptly, staring at his lordship, vacant eyes. All present held their breath. Observing by the sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Demanded a report of the defective unit's status from the Technomats. The Technomats' long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they're still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstance did not call for their termination. All present held their breath. His lordship took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain. I keep saying Lord Commander. I want to know... I need to stop doing that. Towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place, and after a moment's thought, his hands, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. The Lord Captain turned quizzically to the Technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitance, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. Examine the servitors. As High Factorum, it was I who had prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Commander. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsing under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It's as if their -half machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitor's body after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had ever been able to explain the change in their behavior. Gaze is still trained on the motionless but animated half-machine, half-people. The Lord Commander... I drew in... No, I'm not doing that heretical. No. Be disassembled and its components investigated. A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abound with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomants concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that laid before us could provide any insight of the reason behind the defects. Should make note that one or more things. At that moment, all of us present discovered not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial fear. Turned to me to announce his decision. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resilience. It was that confidence that wrecked me from the nightmarish stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order. We could do Iconoclast, which is to dispose of the servitors so that their human souls may be released from torment. Dogmatic, to send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives and did not deserve clemency. To destroy the servitors, for what was happening to them could spell horrific heresy. To leave the servitors to their work, and for there was nothing in this behavior that the Lord Captain found alarming. I want to do either one. I could do one. Because dogmatic, that's playing with fire. Like, there's no telling if these things will just, like, break and, like, try to kill people. Because they're starting to come back to their humanity. So, I think I'm just going, yeah. Let them rest. Command was executed post-haste. All the defective units were incinerated in furnaces, and the remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed units. Realities? Yet this incident haunted my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we did that. Let's see if we can buy anything. Gun. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let's have the bodysuit. Let's see. The reinforced flak. Have her wear that. Stub revolver. Okay, so this just does... The faux hammer is just like a shinier version. I do like the idea of having a las gun. I just like las guns. Noble sword. We'll take that. Give you that, just in case things get a bit too close. Yeah, with a chainsword. God, dude, chainswords are so cool. Precision las pistol. I think I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I'd rather have a las pistol. Which one PR? Oh, sorry, right. Okay. Let's see. That's the most cursed shit I've seen. Sister battle with a las gun. That's just funny to me. I'll add that to cargo. Yeah. Alright, Hey, Stone. Are you still in here? Give it a second. See if he's still alive. I don't believe Stone is still awake. Okay. I kind of want to go get her. Or at least go here, because I think I get a character. But I think I get a character from here, too. This area. Oh, there's an area. I think I'll go here. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Warezen's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Yeah, I did the two northern areas first. Gotcha. Well, I was just gonna say, what do you think I should do? Should I go to the left area or the right area? The everyday sound of the bridge is disrupted by voices raised in anger. Ablord's voice the loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are antics of a high-born brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see how you already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge is where I am stuck at. Gotcha. On the bridge and displayed, the belligerent towards higher ranking officers will be logged on a personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avira Vent, requesting permission to speak. Vent falls silent and then adds rashly, on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. I will listen to what you have to say, Lieutenant. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Ablor, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of sensual Worshin, and to intervene in what happened on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. Where does the Sensual... Where does he come into this? I shall explain. Beg you hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There's an established order in the way things are done on this ship. And one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the sensual's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course when I received information about cultists hiding on our lower decks, I took the matter in hand. As long as I live, I am not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora will find refuge on her ship. You were too far heavy-handed. Arrest, interrogation, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now that there is a strike on the lower deck in Depot 4, to be precise, 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. What is Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors in the lower decks. It is home clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families have served in specific systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource, and one which is now, more besides, given succor to cultists and minions of the arch-enemy. Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rot-gut brewing. We have handled the workers on Depot 4 in the past. We have done so again. If the crackdown on Depot 4 hasn't been so harsh, another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect of all neighboring sectors. How did this all start? The situation could boil over in a minute. I'll give you a condensed version. All began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on a body of someone who's been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be formed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tension between enforcers and workers to a head. There's an insurrection in the making in my ship, and no one has informed me. I would not deem it problem-worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we had some revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addressed the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I have already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. What do you have to say for all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. If you see that they are not lying or harboring heretics, that way you will stop the uprising before it begins. Yeah, let's just go down there and fix the problem ourselves. Praise the Emperor. Thank you, Lord Captain. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Jesus Christ.
I always keep my options open.
Reflectively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startling human gesture and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and wariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. Lower deck is a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Did you hear that? They were shouting your name. Of course they were. The organization of the daily routine life on the ship rests upon my shoulders. A mountain of challenges and problems for which I endeavor to insulate you, Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause of concern, and I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them, you are akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less. Whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order docking rations or lowering a bay's heating. People dare to disrespect a senior officer. That would not have been the chance to express such disrespect if we were not here. The situation had not been dealt with by relevant officers. Abler grimaces. It is a junior officer's worst failing. Past problems up the chain of command. I have never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here, Lieutenant. On Lieutenant Vent's whim, Lord Captain. I must admit, the lieutenant is not no means the worst material for an officer. But in the name of terror, the girl is the same age as my eldest great-granddaughter. She has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists. Be another 20 years at least before she can be trusted to act without oversight. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this. It's made out of a thermal. Sleep between shifts. That's good. Let's see. All I see is a bunch of valves.
Keep your wits about you.
The sound of a heated discussion reverberates through the ship's bay. Lieutenant Vint of the ship's enforcers is bearing the path of a heavy-built assault unit officer. Judging from their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached a boiling point. I have my orders. Put an end to the unrest and purge the sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There's only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons have fallen on deaf ears. Abler mutters in a crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vint, the officer looming over her, or both. Your lordship. Noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap to attention and salute. Their subordinates follow suit a moment later. What's the situation? Your lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as the resources allow. We encountered some locals on our way here. The contact was outrageous. They even tried to throw things at us. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault units and decided there's nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It's outrageous. I'm sure people simply don't recognize you. It doesn't seem it wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. that all you have to say? Are you sure you're worthy of an officer rank, Lieutenant Vent? Pales slightly, but straightens up. Forgive me, Lord Captain. I will take steps to ensure such a thing does not happen again. I want to speak with the strikers. Mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. A dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you typically are typical inhabitants of the lower deck. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation. From the barely discernible to the strange to outright grotesque. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in the reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. There must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Commander, you have come down to us. We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that? Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. We don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here, like the ones here the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all inside the bay and been sealed off, and the lower decks are big. Sure as there are some people who have had just about enough. They're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Their words seem sincere to you. Their body language and glances trade between them reveal that the news of the attack has shocked them. Interesting. Tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship, says a tall, thin man with worker's garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. That's striking in the Imperium. Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, turns the her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heat into the whole bay for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze, and my clan 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn shoe. Argenta does not interrupt the warriors, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's death are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Ven is the only officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidship and has no fellow feelings towards us. The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arms. Your lordship, we're not villains here. We're honest working people, your servants. We plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The persecution started approprious of nothing you say. I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we surely didn't know. The enforcers said they were looking for heretics among us. Anyone obstructing their investigation will be punished. How could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for the amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when the fighting broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, nobody ever treaded those decks and boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists are better commanders than us. Have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots were real fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. Same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by tech priests who came calling. Believe us, your lordship. We are people of faith. Naive children, weren't you not taught at an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? You really think these people are taught down here? We were told, your holy sister, but that was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector was just after I had my third little one. That is regrettable. But you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the holy fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The holy father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbor? Abalor, do you have anything to add? I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in the sector. The specific steps were taken by the officers not reported to me. Abalor frowns, clearly disgruntled at having to explain himself at their workers' presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultist or no drunken stevedores. Stevedores? Anyways. They are the enemy and the threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. What changes do you want? Would you look at that? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want to rein in your damn enforcers. Quit turning off the heat and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. That's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. We want to be armed. Give us arms and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves so these cultists do show their face. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. Hell no. Gone too far, old man. They've never let the maggots on the lower deck live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, well, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have somebody shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. The enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist's body, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there's any more of those damn amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. Speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They promise us the world now, but as soon as the anointed one turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before, all because we dared to speak out. Tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few noises of approval. Thoughts, Ablord? A story about going scavenging for boots and actually picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. These people were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the arch-enemy. We must not give them what they want, even if they do acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity. That does not mean they are not tainted with corruption. What begins as petty thefts can turn into far graver problems. I have seen it before. In my second war, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic. His whole unit lost their lives for it. When they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor. Only the pocket knife, which had grown through all the rows of beds like metal choking vines. So when it comes to scavengers, malcontents, strikers, or whatever they turn into next, my verdict is simple. Give them no quarter. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw from these demands and we will consider the rest. The tall worker they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old Nan, listen. Listen, the Lord Captain himself has come down to us and offered us concession. I don't know a single person in the whole Depot 4 who ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now is not the time to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, old man. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We made our minds up. If it's your turn to decide, don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. Don't need any of that. The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction. You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave against an old woman, but I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against the 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's great, just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. As decided, the persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by cultists. Your lordship, thank you. You have not abandoned us lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I will tell my grandchildren about this. Of course, your lordship will root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers. Will leave no stone unturned. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
It's that door. Oh, hey, good. Take it. There. I think I'm done here then.
Dawdle.
Stops unexpectedly. Ablor imperishedly dismisses the unit to stand at the distance and addresses the other companion, saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Vassalis Protectorate? There's some truth to your criticism. I should say so. You simply needed to trust me. I would have handled the situation myself if you had not decided to intervene. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora, do you know she ever set one slippered foot in the lower deck? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand design for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There's a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. Looks at you stunned and exhales, Jesus, loudly. Then he nods curtly. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis, and I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Protectorate is not just an empty phrase for me. I left the Imperial Navy for a chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life, and I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds signs of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I came from a long line of officers. And I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, The advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders, and then suddenly everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismical active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what will happen on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this had come as grievous blows to me, and I am not panicked or grieving because I could not allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible, and to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Theodora trusted an established procedure, and she died. I won't make the same mistake. If you want to keep building the future of the Protectorate with me, stop living in the past. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world. New world where Theodora is gone, and where you and I have new decisions to make. The prosperity of the Protectorate is just as important to me important to me. You are the only person who has comprehensive knowledge on how things are run on this ship. I think in the future I will follow your recommendations. I value what Theodora created, and I trust that this situation is an aberration in the ship's otherwise smooth operations. Since the established procedures are working, I see no reason to change them. I've seen plenty of sentiment and hand-wringing in recent days, but very little competence. I have no plans on relying on your judgment or tried and no, I am not doing that. Yeah, let's go with 2. Solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. He adds, looking at you with interest. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep in. Fucking commissar, homie. I got good leadership. Now please, let us leave this lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places. Hey, we gotta level up. Alright, yeah, weapon skill. And let's go with Combat Master. Toughness. And chainsword. Yep, I want him to keep his chainsword. Well, I think with that, I think I'm going to call the stream there. This was super fun. Hopefully I can play more tomorrow, but just that depends on a lot of things. Hopefully we can get Stone in. Maybe. I don't know. But, all that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying this, because I am. Yeah. Alright, peace.